Right, we've got a 7-lap race here for the miniature road racing. We call this bucket racing. That's the unofficial name for it. It is Formula 4, I think, and Formula 5 if you look in the New Zealand motorcycle road racing rulebook. And it is indeed the bucket racing. It looks to be like... yeah, we've got two Frosts out there, twice New Zealand Superbike Championship winner, Sloane Frost right at the end here. He's got his brake light on there, an R15 Yamaha. He'll be following his boy Nixon Frost here. Nixon is on one of the new bikes to New Zealand, the KO Mini Moto type of bikes. Well, yeah, not Mini Moto official, but the I'm trying to think of the official name. They are a New Zealand Championship class. And it's great to see them filtering around New Zealand. We've got a various culture in New Zealand. We don't really have a lot of, what do we got? We don't have the little bikes up too much in the North Island at the major race tracks, because most of them tend to go to kart tracks, whereas down south it's the other way around. They tend to go to the big tracks as well, because there's not so many kart tracks around there. So great class here, the miniature road racing, 7 laps, and we've got some good battles out the front with Clinton Durham. Right up the top end of the food chain, running around at a 55.925. Carlos Thompson in second place, Ryan Emerson in third, and Jordan Walters there in fourth place. That size of the first lap. So good tight racing all the way through here. Many New Zealand champions have done their cut their teeth on bucket races, and a lot of them are not scared to get back out there and go bucket racing again. It's so much fun. So, you know, it's still serious at certain levels, but it is just a lot of fun. And we've seen, you know, the likes of Sloane Frost out there. He's got himself a bucket. He's quite often been bucket racing. Andrew Stroud, we're looking at the Hoogenboozums, Alistair Hoogenboozum. 2 years ago he was New Zealand Superbike champion. He is a ex-bucket racer, Avalon Biddle. She spent a lot of time, started her road racing career on buckets. That's Sloane Frost going all the way through the front. I'm only thinking that because I can see the brake light on. Don't know, he was following his young lad Nixon there on the 99 machine, but no, there's Sloane going through the start-finish line. So it's another one of those, either a Jitsa Cup or an R15 Yamaha. R15s are now in the 150 Super Sports. So a New Zealand Superbike Championship class. We had young Cormac Buchanan from Invercargill, won it for the last 2 years. Won that class for the last 2 years. He's just gone during the off-season, or New Zealand off-season, to Europe and competed in the Red Bull Rookies Cup. And also in between those races, he went across to England and competed there on the 250cc machine, a Moto 3 style of bike. And you know, didn't disgrace himself either, and he's looking at going back again this year. I wonder if I wonder what his path desire is now, because everybody wants to get to that MotoGP stage, Moto 3, Moto 2, MotoGP, and that path was open. But in this year, they've now limited the minimum age for MotoGPs to 18 years old, and that Cormac, I think, currently is floating around the 14 mark. Even if he goes back next year, which he's planning to, there'll be the 15 mark. What's the next progression? Even if he is good enough to get into that Moto 3 class, there'll be a couple of years of just sort of floating around waiting, because they've changed the age limit. Part of that is a response to the three fatalities, I think, 3 fatalities in the in one of the major classes there, not at the MotoGP, but one of the major classes, and they're trying to work out what is going on. Why are they having so many fatal accidents? We had a lot of them in the years gone by, and then they tended to disappear away. Part of it is the safety of the tracks improved, but they're trying to work out riders getting pushed out into the road racing at too young an age, and they're trying to work out whether it is that. And so they put the limit on at 18 years old. And indeed, that's possibly changed the pathway of some of those people that are coming through. It's peaking too early, I think is the word. Right now on the track, 3 laps to go. We've got Clinton Durham there, and he's from MRRC, which I have no idea what that means. I should get up to speed before I get on the motorway and find out what these club names are. We're going to have a look through the program and see whether I can see that. What school is what? No, there's no list there at the moment. That's right, that's up to me to go and find out. So it was Clinton Durham, then Carlos Thompson was in second place, but Ryan Emerson has just come through on lap 5, and Carlos has gone down from second down to at least 4th, 5th. In fact, he might be out of action somewhere around the track. There's a bike at the Manfeild hairpin there, so he's dropping down the leaderboard. So I'd suspect that number 9 is parked up over there. So Ryan Emerson in second spot there, Jordan Walters, George Fennell, Tyler Walters, Adrian Carr, he's in 6th spot there, Roger Emerson, George Fennell, that's what I've got coming through, Mark Emerson, and then we got Nixon Frost goes through there in 10th spot. That's quite respectable because Nixon was right there, he was right off the back of the grid there, so Nixon's moved up through the food chain there. He's got the certainly got the ability to do it, and I believe he's done quite a bit of kart racing, so it sort of sets you in the frame of mind to how to plan a race, how to control yourself. The biggest thing with motorcycle racing, you go balls out, but that can just tip you into the corner too fast, and aggression is something you've got to control. And so kart racing is certainly any sort of motorsport racing has got to be a good thing. So Nixon has moved up into 10th spot. As I say that, it looks like Sloane's ahead of them. They're swapping around. Something's going on with our timing system. There's a bit of poison in our timing system, but that's what I see on my leaderboard here. Clinton Durham in the lead position. He's got a 51.796. It's best lap time. His best lap time is a 57.62. The checkered flag comes out for number 78. That's 2 wins today for Clinton Durham. But as he does that, Ryan Emerson goes through in second spot, and he's posted a 50.262. So he's the fastest person on the track by exactly half a second, by exactly down to the thousandths of a second, that 1/2 of a second quicker than Clinton Durham. Jordan Walters there across the start and finish line to round off the podium, and then we had George Fennell there, followed by Tyler Walters on the 22 machine. In fact, Tyler's gone up, those two have swapped around. There's something going on with my timing system here, because I'm looking at lap 7 being clicked off, which means they've actually gone across the start-finish line, and the transponders are picked up, but they are shuffling around. So we'll give it a little bit of time to settle down there. Tyler Walters in 5th, George Fennell, Adrian Carr, then Roger Emerson, and we've got Mark Emerson, followed by, it says Nixon Frost, and it also says Sloane Frost is on 4 laps, so I don't know what's happened to Sloane Frost. Maybe he pulled out for a cup of tea. He's getting old. Great racing for the miniature road racing. I think according to our program, it is lunchtime. According to our program, it is lunchtime. We'll leave it at that. So Corbin Robinson, we've still got 11th spot, Theo Manley, Paul Emerson, and Carlos Thompson. David South, number 15, did not get out onto the track according to my timing screen. So if we've actually changed and it's lunchtime, we'll let you know. Thank you, folks.